All right, testing. All right, part 192, subpart D. Subpart C, pipe design. 101, scope of the subpart. Prescribe the minimum requirements of the design. Pipe 103, the general of the pipe of the design with the position with the wall thickness must be installed with the adequate protection to withstand the anticipated external pressure and load will be imposed on the pipe after the installation. 105, design formula and seal pipe of the design. Proceed with the seal pipe to determine accordance with the following formula. The pressure, the design pressure in the pounds per square inch is equal to 2 times the yielded strength in pounds of the year per square inch determined in accordance with the 192.7 and 107 times the nominal thickness of the pipe of the inch of the millimeters, also known as determined in accordance with 192, 109 additional wall thickness required with the current with external loads in accordance with 192. 103 may not be, including computing design pressure times D, the nominal outside diameter of the pipe of the inches, and times F, the design factor determined in accordance with 192, 111, times E, the longitudinal joint factor determined in accordance with 192, 113, times C, temperature derating factor determined in accordance with 192, 115. If the steel pipe they have the subject to the cold expansion of the semi system measuring yielded strength of subsequently heated other than welded strength, relieving the part of the welding design pressure limited to 75% of the pressure for the determined in paragraph A of the section temperature for the pipe 900 degrees Fahrenheit any time of the held above 600 degrees for more than 1 hour. 192, 107 yielded strength for steel pipe. The pipe of the manufacturer according with the specification section 1 appendix B of this part. The yielded strength is to be with the design formula 192, 105. The system measuring yielded strength save the listed specification of the value known. For the pipe of the manufacturer according with the specification listed in section 1 appendix B of the part of the specification tensile property of the unknown with the yielded strength between the design formula 192, 105. One of the following of the pipe the tensile test within accordance with the section 2 of the D of the appendix B with this part of the lower following 80% of the average yielded strength determined with the tensile strength, the lowest yielded strength determined by the tensile test. If the pipe is not tensile tested, the provide with the paragraph B1 of the section of 24,000 psi. 192, 109 nominal wall thickness for the steel pipe. If the nominal wall thickness for the steel pipe is known and determined for the measuring the thickness of each of the pipe of the quarter joints at one end. However, the pipe is uniform with the grade type of thickness, they are of the more than 10 length, only 10% of the individual lengths, not less than 10 lengths, not be measured. The thickness of the length that are not measured must be verified implying with a gauge set to the minimum thickness of the pound of the measurement. The nominal wall thickness to be used with the design formula 192, 105. The next wall thickness of the pound with the commercial specification that is below the average of all measuring taken. However, the nominal wall thickness that used must not be more than 1.14 times the smaller measurement taken out the pipe less than 20 inches in the outside diameter, no more than 1.1 times the smallest measurement taken on the pipes taken on pipe 20 inches. 211 to 191, 111 the design factor of steel pipe except for the otherwise providing paragraph B and C of the section. The design factor is to be used with the design formula 192, 105 is determined in accordance with the following: 1 0.72 2060 305 50 4040 design factor of 060 must be design formula 192 105 to apply class 1 locations cross of the right of way of the unimproved public road without casing, crosses without the casing that makes comparable encroachment on the right of way of either a hard surface a road or highway to the public street with the railroad in support of the vehicular pedestrian railroad pipeline is used the package is included in separators pipeline valve assembly cross section river crossing headers are used in with the 5 pipe diameters and any directional last fitting or fabricated assembly other than a transition piece or an elbow used in place of the pipe bend which is not used in fabricated assembly for class 2 location design factor 0.50 less than the amount not used in the design formula 192 105 on case steel pipe cross for the right of way with the hardened surface road with highway of the public street or the railroad class 1 and 2 for the locations design factor 0.50 or less must be used with the design formula 192 105 steel pipe with the compressor station regulating station measuring station steel pipe included the pipe right of the platform located onshore land navigable waters 192 112 additional design requirements for steel pipe alteration maximum allowable pressure new existing pipeline segments for the eligible for the operation alternative maximum allowable operating pressure calculated 192.620 for the segment for the meet for the following additional design requirements of the required alternative the maximum allowable operating pressure must be maintained for the use of the life of the pipeline to demonstrate the compliance with these requirements, and then it shows these requirements. All right, the 192, 113 longitudinal joint factors. Steel pipe longitudinal joint factors be used with the design formula 192 determined in accordance with the following table. If time of the longitudinal joint cannot be determined, the joint factor used must not exceed the designated or for the other. 192, 115 temperature rating factor of the T for the steel pipe. The temperature design factor of the U with the design formula 192, 105 as follows. And for the intermediate of the gas temperature of the method determined in the interpolation. 192, 117, 192, 119 reserve. 192, 121 design plastic subject to the limitation. 192, 123 the design pressure of the plastic pipe determine either formula files. Alright, I'm going to skip the formula. 192, 123 design limitation plastic pipe except for the paragraph E of the paragraph and paragraph F of the section design pressure may not exceed the gauge pressure of 100 psi gauge and for plastic pipe U with the distribution system class 3 4 location plastic pipe may not be with operating temperature for the pipe will below negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit if on all pipeline components whose operating temperature will be below negative 29 degrees Celsius. Temperature rating of the manufacturer. The temperature manufacturer consists of the operating temperature of both the following applicable temperature for thermoplastic pipe with the temperature at which the HEB within the design formula under 192, 121 determined for the reinforced thermosetting plastic pipe 150 degrees. The wall thickness of the thermoplastic may not be less than 0.062 inches. The wall thickness of the reinforced thermostatic plastic pipe may not be less than listed in the following table. The design pressure for the thermostatic plastic pipe after July 14th, 2004 may be exceeded the gauge pressure with 100 psi gauge that provided the design pressure does not exceed 125 psi gauge of material polyethanol pipe with the designated code specified in ASTM 25D2513098. The pipe is size nominal pipe size of 12 or less. The design pressure is determined in accordance with the design equation of 192, 121. Design pressure of polyamide 11 pipe produced after January 23rd, 2009. Exceed the gauge with 100 psi gauge. The design pressure does not exceed 200 psi gauge. The pipe size, nominal size, or IPS or CTS of 4 inches or less. The pipe is standard dimension ratio of the SDR 11 or greater, and or thicker pipe wall. 192, 125. Design of copper pipe. Copper pipe may be used in the names that must have the minimum wall thickness of 0.065 inches. That must be with a 100-pound drawn of the copper pipe used with the line that must have the wall thickness not less than indicated in the following table. Copper pipe used in the mains. The surface lines may not be used with the pressure exceed the 100 psi gauge. The copper pipe that does not have the internal corrosion resistant lining that may not be used to carry the gas of the average hydrogen sulfide content of more than 0.3 grains a 100 foot cubed under the standard conditions. Standard conditions refer to the 60 degrees Fahrenheit at 14 psi. Subpart D, design of pipeline components.